Greetings, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Welcome back to my Glitchwalkers DLC for Astroneer series. That's a bit of a mouthful. We might work on that one for next time. We pick up the action here. We're just doing the first few missions to get ourselves the DLC content unlocked. I did do a bit of extra stuff along the way in the previous episode. As it turns out, we technically could have proceeded to the next mission related to unlocking the Glitchwalkers about 7 or 8 minutes into the previous episode. But, you know, as I indicated in that episode, I did want to get some science under my belt as well. So we've got a little bit more of that going on this episode. So strap yourself in, get your favourite fancy spacesuit on, and we'll pick up the action. Yeah, I haven't come across any work lights yet, so apologies if it's a little bit on the dark side. We're here in the caverns to try and find us some spherolite, and yeah, it's about 6 in the morning, so proper nouns are going to be a bit of a struggle in this one. But the material it smelts into aluminum or aluminium, depending on what bit of the planet you live on. We didn't come across any in our initial probe down here, so we're deciding to go a little bit deeper. We're dealing with all of the little issues that come with going deeper into the planet. Trust me, in the next episode, I guarantee we're going to have issues. And no, I haven't actually recorded that gameplay yet, and yet I still know I'm going to have issues because, yeah, it's not my first time digging into a planet in Astroneer, and without some better technology, it's always a little bit problematic. So, yeah, stay tuned for that adventure next episode. For the moment, we're just here. We're just going to get us a bit of metal. We'll get back upstairs, get it all smelted. Oh, hello. There we go. That's some laterite. Hey, I remembered it. Yeah, so that's one of the two things we're looking for while we're down here. I'm also keeping an eye out for any potentially useful equipment. Just for the sake of making things easier to see for the recordings, I do actually want a work light. It's not essential for the journey. It's just going to be nicer for you guys viewing it if I've got a bit more illumination around me. So if I don't find one, I'm going to go into the mountains, grab some copper, smelt that up, and I'll make a work light before I set off into the planet. Everything else at this stage is mostly optional, although in my list of equipment I'll be looking to have, I want to take a oxygen tank with me. Just in case I fall, I want to have that bit of extra time up my sleeve to, build a ramp or whatever it is I need to do to be able to get back to the tether line. So that'll be one of the things I bring with me. I'm also going to bring a compacted oxygenator, a medium platform to... Actually, I'll need 2 medium platforms. No, I don't. 1 medium platform, and I'll probably take just a small generator with me, because even down in the planet, there's usually enough organic matter to, get enough juice to run a small generator for a short time. So things like that. It's a nice little survival kit when you don't have a vehicle with you, and I don't think it's going to be any surprise to anyone that I won't have unlocked anything useful in the way of a vehicle to take with me. Yes, I could unlock a vehicle. Maybe with a little bit more effort next episode, I could probably get enough science and unlock a vehicle and build a vehicle. But digging down into the planet to get in a way that will allow me to bring a vehicle down, yeah, it's going to add a lot of extra time, and I would rather take on the little bit of extra risk of not having the vehicle with me to make the journey to the center of the planet a lot quicker, and not necessarily in the falling to my death kind of way. Getting around underground in a vehicle, with the way the camera works, sometimes you can just fall into a hole, and it's just terrible. But anyway, that's just my option that I'm going with. If you want to spend a bit more time and be a bit more prepared, yes, taking a vehicle is a great idea, particularly if you're keen to kind of take your time and do it right, so to speak. I'm not necessarily going to be ticking that box very well with my journey, and I'm sure there will be plenty of quote-unquote examples for you guys to learn from in that episode. Alright, we have got our laterite, and I'm heading towards this glinty silver stuff in the distance. I think it could be some spherolite, but it is so hard to tell in the dark. Yeah, no, it's not spherolite. It is just some good old-fashioned compound. Gotta love that with the underground, or in the caverns. Wow, that is quite a lot of compound. Alright, well, if I was going to be staying on this planet and not going to Glitchwalkers, that wouldn't be a bad place to get an automatic miner set up, but yeah, we're not that worried about that at this stage. We're just going to steal a little bit of it so we can get some more tethers going. And then we're just going to resume our search. Whoops, I appear to have knocked over one of my tethers, and that's broken my tether line. You can tell because it's gone from glowy to black. And inevitably, when you've done that because of digging, it usually means you, particularly if you're putting your tethers at the maximum range, yeah, you end up having to reposition quite a lot of them to get that connection back up and running. But we're all good. We weren't too far from safety. Yeah, I'm going to concede at this point that I think I've temporarily lost the plot with this bit of the episode. I've somewhat become fixated on collecting more science while I'm down here, but yeah, anyway. We're just putting together the mats we need to get the couple of generators that are necessary to unlock this science container here. It's alright. We don't end up spending a huge amount of time on it, so yeah, memo, don't get sidetracked. Alright, we're going to take this as an opportunity to return our science samples to the surface along with the laterite that we've already mined. We'll get the smelter up and running and get that turned into a bit of aluminium, hence ticking that one off our mission list. Pretty much the only thing we're sort of sidetracked and doing our best magpie impersonation for at the moment now is to get back down, try and find some spherolite and get that back up here and smelted. So once I've ticked that one off, we'll be ready to rock and roll in terms of moving forward with unlocking the Glitchwalker DLC content. So yeah, stick with me a bit longer. I promise things are going to get back on track fairly soon. Unlock missions much? Yeah. If you're running short on missions and you're still pretty early in Astroneer, chances are you haven't, been into the caverns, grabbed some laterite and or spherolite and smelted it into their respective materials. Because that's where a lot of these sort of transport related missions come from. But anyway, we appear to have found ourselves some spherolite, so we are going to ensure we can get to it reasonably safely, get some mined up, and get that one back to the surface ASAP. Alright, it has finally come time to locate the nearest gateway and essentially haul our, Astroneer backside over there and get ourselves the first surface gateway unlock done. That is the next mission that you need to do as part of unlocking the Glitchwalker content. We're going to head towards the little purple dot there on our compass. That is the nearest gateway. We're just grabbing a couple little odds and sods we need for the journey. We know we're going to need 3 generators. We also know that we are going to need a bucket load of tethers to get us over there. So we're just going to rip those out now and then start heading in that direction. Yeah, it's kind of funny how you can get super rusty on stuff. These little yellow indicators, you can see that one is quite a bit below ground. I was looking and I thought, when I was actually playing, I was thinking, you should remember what those things are. But of course, I couldn't because, imperfect night's sleep and all that. It's only just occurred to me while I'm recording this voiceover that I now remember what those things are, and they're something to do with the rail network. Essentially, there's a mission that starts once you track down one of those things, and it becomes a way of getting some free, materials and bits and pieces for you to start building your rail network with. Now, I may actually do a bit of exploration with that in the main series if I get back to it, or if the opportunity arises during the Glitchwalker content, maybe I'll give it a go there. But for the moment, it's not that relevant for what we're doing currently, so we're just going to give it a miss. Now, we've arrived at the gateway in question. We're cranking out our 3 generators and getting them all hooked up and ready to rock and roll. As you can tell, we're getting quite close to the end of this episode as well. A bit of an obvious one from the thumbnail that this is more or less where we're going to be wrapping it up. We are in a very good position for us to proceed next episode. There'll be a little bit of tidy up to do at the start, mostly just making the couple of little bits of kit that I want to have with me for the journey to the center of the planet. So, if you are keen on this, make sure you tune in for the next episode. If you've enjoyed this one, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to consider subscribing if you have not already done so. In the meantime, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Thank you very much for watching and have yourself an absolutely fantastic day.